It's Week 11 of the NFL. And we'll see a longtime star, Patrick Peterson, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Vikings and the Cowboys, just ahead on EA Sports.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap. NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
First play, here's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And some room to run now. 31 yards there, the first down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him. First down, here's the run with Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there, second down. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. Prescott. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down, makes it manageable now.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Vikings will take over here first and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed him up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 4 catches, 62 yards. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. That's a phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. On play action, Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
That's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Back to the ground, Cook. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell him everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7. In motion left goes a tight end. From the 24, Prescott is going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Prescott to throw it. Open man is Noah Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. The Cowboys at 8-1 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here we go, the first carry for the former Viking Peterson. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Play fake. Here's Prescott. This is intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to have it here just past the 25. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. A gain of 3, 2nd down. To throw is Cousins. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw, Cousins. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. The number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. The first down carry for Davis. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Prescott urging his guys to go quickly. They need to get up and set. Second and 11. And this is caught. It's Brown. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, Prescott. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott, man open left side is Brown. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Davis, he'll try to run for it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Mike Davis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys.
Makes the score Cowboys.
So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Cousins' throw complete to Rager. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd down and 7. Now Cousins. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with it. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Again, it's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
A very important third down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up first and goal.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Joseph's got it, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get the 3 points, but they've not had 3 trips into the red zone, and that's all they've come away with.
And in the NFL, the way they measure red zone efficiency and success, did you score touchdowns on those drives? That's first and foremost. Getting points, that's the second measurement. So by that measure, they haven't done very well. They've got to figure that out.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
And we welcome you back now along. Brandon Gordon getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Prescott on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got him in, complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Over the middle here to Brown. He's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Getting the football to Davis on an out route.
Touchdown! Mike Davis. He scored on the ground and through the air. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you got no shot then.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second in a couple. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Off the play fake, Cousins.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. 4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph for Minnesota. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. The kick by Joseph is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, the offense coming back out here, plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
First down, Prescott. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
Off, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And some room to maneuver. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Schultz. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. A first down throw for Prescott. Outright, he finds Tolbert. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Prescott. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. pause. We'll return with more after this. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth. The offense on third down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And it's caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season.
And the Cowboys appear to be headed to a 9-1 start as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team is playing, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here, but you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hawkinson, 44 yards.
And the Vikings have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. This will be caught by Brown. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Prescott down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On third down, it's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it. To throw is Prescott. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment. but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
3rd down, it's Adrian Peterson. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run the counter now. It's Peterson. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break it the football. Get it out. We got to create a turnover because one more score.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Prescott to throw on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Able to find Thielen. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Yeah, we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. Here's Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Cousins. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And he'll find Thielen on the right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget
get the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe call is to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one, a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
He's going to go up top again. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. But we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Moore used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Well, they went with the ultimate element of surprise there, trying the onside kick to start OT, and it backfires.
Not just element of surprise. How about element of hubris? I mean, that is unbelievable, because the odds of getting an onside kick are small to begin with. And to give up your opportunity to ever possess the football that way, if you don't get it, that is absolutely huge. Didn't work, but boy, what a gamble.
84 yards rushing now for Cook, and this is a first down. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. The first throw in overtime now for Cousins. They'll roll him out right. This ball complete to Rager. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. Cousins. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Joseph's got it, and with it, they have taken the lead. So they do get the short field goal here to get them the
All-important overtime lead, but Charles, you wonder if they'll wind up ruining the fact that they were able to get down into the red zone, yet not able to find the touchdown that would have won them the game.
Brandon, you're absolutely right. In overtime, when you get the ball first, the hope is your opponents never see the football. But now they're going to get a drive to try and win it, or at least keep the game alive with a field goal. And I'm getting a dictionary out to look up ruin.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, and I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? Until overtime gets extended. If you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you've got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone, because they're going to play everyone back, keep everything in front.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Tolbert.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And they're going to face a third down.
2 minutes on the clock in overtime in a 3-point ball game.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing. Prescott steps away to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Prescott.
And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
To throw, Prescott. And that's complete to Brown.
It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here.
It's a gain of 16. Brings up second down at the 42-yard line.
Now Prescott. That's caught by Tolbert.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn them yet another first down. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry.
Now Dak.
Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And incomplete on the deep ball. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And now it's second down.
Here's Dak. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down.
Here's Prescott. He'll find his man, Simi Fehoko.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. From the red zone now, Prescott. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. An absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for the Cowboys, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And now they'll have the short week ahead as they'll host their annual Thanksgiving Day game on Thursday. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they come back to the pack a bit.